what I'm obsessed with? Food that I can make after work when I have 2 brain cells left, but I still want something yummy. If you're making this recipe, make sure you preheat your oven. My oven is at the highest heat settings because I could not wait to eat this. The bagels I've used are cheesy jalapeno ones, and I just love cheese and jalapeno. And you know, what's better than cheese on cheese? I love adding sriracha to everything I make, but hey, you can choose not to. But I promise it's better with sriracha. Okay, I'm done being weird. You must try this recipe. It tastes like a mini cheesy pizza, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Just keep checking on it and make sure you don't overcook it. You just want that nice golden brown color, and that's it. They're like tiny little tomatoey pizzas. Love it. Until next time, see ya.
Okay, so since you guys love my lazy meal ideas, I thought I would show you another one. Here is a 10-minute stir fry. Yes, only 10 minutes. It's spicy, it's juicy, it's so good. My mouth is literally watering watching this video, even though I just ate this. It was fantastic. I made it 3 times in the last 2 days. And the secret ingredient is gochujang, which is a Korean chili paste. And here are the noodles I'm using, by the way. I really like these because they are pre-portioned, so you're not making, you know, noodles for 35, as I normally do. So basically what you want to do is grab your oil and toss in your shallots, garlic, gochujang, your soy sauce, and also a little bit of rice vinegar. And then to balance everything out, I like to add in a little bit of honey as well. And because I like it really spicy, I'm going to add in some more red chili flakes and some cabbage. You can add in whatever veggies you like. And then I also threw in a cornstarch slurry and then the noodles. And that's literally it, you guys. This turned out so good. What is your favorite lazy dinner?
It's time for another lazy recipe for lazy people that doesn't take long but still tastes really good. And it's really healthy. So if you love banana bread but you don't love the guilt that comes with it, then keep watching.
Okay, so if you have long hair, put it up, then preheat your oven to 350. So you need oat flour, but like who has oat flour? So just put your oats in the blender and it'll make flour. Then mix all your dry ingredients, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, salt. Mix, 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 mix. Then you're gonna mix your wet ingredients. So bananas, applesauce, maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, I forgot to show that. Then mix your wet and dry ingredients together. And then you're gonna add some chocolate chips, mix, 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 and then you're done. Just put it in the oven for 15 minutes. Just checking in, very nice, dance break, and then you're pretty much done. I have these for breakfast. I just cut them into squares, and I have one in the morning, and they're super filling and very healthy. Enjoy.
Okay, let me show you guys my favorite lazy dinner after work when I am way too exhausted to cook, but I really want a hot meal. It's like, I don't know about you guys, but I literally find it so depressing to eat a cold meal at the end of the day. Like, I literally can't imagine just eating a cold sandwich or like a salad. Like, I need something hot and comforting. So this is my go-to thing. I start off with some sourdough bread and mozzarella cheese, and I break the pieces up like this so it melts a bit evenly over the bread. And then I just toss this into my toaster oven for about 5 minutes. And then when it's done, you guys, oh my god, look at how beautiful that is. It melts perfectly. And then I just pop on some sun-dried tomatoes, and you guys, look at that cheese. It's so freaking smooth. I'm dying. And anyways, then I put on my pesto, and just ignore the fact it literally looks like nuclear waste because of that filter, and that's basically it.
So I accidentally came up with this recipe as a leftovers lunch, but it's so good that I make it on purpose now. So all I do is add some bouillon and Samyang chili sauce to some water, bring it to a boil, and boil the chicken breast, shred the chicken breast, and then I chop up some cilantro, green onion, and peanuts, and then I just assemble the bowl. With some jasmine rice, I pour a bunch of lime juice on it, the garnish, the shredded chicken, a little bit of that chicken broth, soy sauce, and spicy mayo, and I promise it's so good.
On Mondays, we all need a super easy, quick recipe. This tofu recipe is one of my favorites because it is sweet, savory, and a little bit spicy. It's perfect paired with some brown rice and veggies. It's so delicious, you have to try.
Lazy TikTok recipes. Here's my peanut butter cake. Not know how the other people did it, but mine did not turn out like that, man. What did I do wrong? I mean, I followed the 3 steps. Someone else try it, let me know how it works.
Put olive oil in a cast iron and then lay down a flour tortilla. Spread it with pasta sauce, sprinkle it with mozzarella cheese, and then throw it under the broiler for just a couple minutes.
We got our tortilla pizza. Came out pretty good. Damn, bro! This is so good. 10 out of 10 would recommend this.
Today I'm going to show you a quick and easy way on how to prepare chilaquiles. And yes, this is another lazy recipe. Preparing chilaquiles the traditional way means having to fry your tortillas first. But that can sometimes be a little messy and it can also be a little time consuming. But what if I could tell you you can prepare chilaquiles and not have to fry a single tortilla? And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. To prepare the sauce for the chilaquiles, we're going to need 4 chile guajillos seeded and divined, 1 large garlic clove, about 6 to 7 chiles de árbol. With the chiles de árbol, you could add more or less depending on your level of spice. And we're also going to need 3 Roma tomatoes roughly chopped. And to prepare the chilaquiles, we're going to use totopos. These are very similar to chips except with a more homemade taste. These are also great for nachos, or you can use them with your favorite dips and salsas. Since today we're making lazy chilaquiles, we're not going to roast the peppers or the tomatoes. We're just going to toss everything into the blender, including 2 cups of water to help blend the ingredients. Blend on high for a good minute or until you have a nice smooth sauce. Depending on the blender that you're using, you may have to strain it before adding it into the pan. After a minute of blending the sauce, this is what my sauce looks like. Although it does look nice and smooth, I'm still going to strain it before adding it into the pan. But first we're going to roughly chop 1/4 of an onion. Over medium heat, heat up a small amount of your preferred cooking oil. Add in the onion and saute for about 30 seconds to a minute or until the onion is nice and fragrant. Using a fine mesh strainer, strain the sauce into the pan. Give the strainer a few good taps until all the sauce has gone through the strainer and all you have left is the pulp from the peppers. Discard of the residue and season with 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon and a few sprigs of epazote. Mix in the seasonings and simmer for about 10 to 12 minutes over low-medium heat. Before adding the totopos, turn off the burner but leave the pan on the burner. Add in the totopos and move them around until they're completely submerged in the sauce. I personally like to prepare them this way because it's so much easier and less messy, and the chilaquiles come out with the perfect crunchiness to them, which I absolutely love. Chilaquiles taste amazing just by themselves with a little bit of onion and queso fresco, or you can enjoy them with a delicious sunny side up egg. Whichever way you choose to enjoy them, they are absolutely delicious either way. And enjoy.
It's day 1 of our lazy keto journey, and I made keto barbecue chicken pizza for dinner. Here's how. To a pound of ground chicken, I add a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, garlic powder and Italian seasoning to taste, and 1 egg. And then, of course, you have to use the best mixer in the house. You know, your hands. Mix that shit up. It's gross, but it's fun. Then to a greased pizza pan, I add the chicken mixture and then tried like hell to spread it out as best as I could and as evenly. Then we bake that shit at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. Put it in. Ooh, pull it out. Time to top it. Topped it with all of this yumminess. And then, of course, we added a couple of extras. You have to buy this barbecue sauce. It is the best. We love it. Lots of cheese. Lots and lots of cheese. Red onions, the more the better. And then, of course, orange bell peppers because we put them on everything. A little bit more cheese, top with cilantro, and throw it under the broiler for about 3 to 4 minutes. Boom. Look at that beauty. Seriously. Now slice it up and serve it on a nice little plate. But, of course, we have to get the boyfriend's approval. So did we get it? It's a win.
Hey, y'all. Let's make dinner. So tonight I'm trying the TikTok lazy enchiladas, I think is what people are calling them. This looks so good to me and so simple. So I went to the store and I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees right now. Spraying my baking dish. These are the like taquitos that I got. These were on sale, so they were like less than $2.50 a box, which was cheaper than the Walmart brand. And I got the chicken and cheese. They have like bean and cheese, beef and bean and cheese, or I don't know, all kinds. But these are the ones I got. So I have my pan sprayed, and I'm just gonna lay these all out and drop one on the floor on the bottom of my pan. Okay, so I got them all laid out in the bottom of my pan. I'm doing 2 trays so we can have some leftovers, so I can pack some in Chris's lunch tomorrow as well. And then I have my rice cooker out because I'm going to be making some rice with ours. And I've never made this one, but this yellow rice. So I'm just going to put this in my rice cooker and let that be cooking while these go in the oven. Put these in the oven just like this for 12 minutes on 400 degrees. Alright, so once They've been in the oven for 12 minutes. Take them out. And I'm doing enchilada sauce. I'm doing the red. I'm sure the green would be really good too. But I'm just going to pour that all over. I gave the can a good shake also. So I'm going to pour that all over them. And then I'm going to top them with cheese. I've seen most people use the Fiesta cheese, but I'm using this quesadilla cheese. I thought this would be really, really good on there. And I'm just going to top them with cheese. Alright, once you have your cheese covered, you put them back in the oven for roughly another 12 minutes. I'm going to leave mine in there until my cheese gets some color on it, and then you take them back out. Alright y'all, so here's the finished product when you pull it out the oven. I left mine in there for about 17 minutes. That looks so good. Alright y'all, here we go. I just topped mine with some fresh tomato, lettuce, and some sour cream, of course. Got my rice on the side. And I'm going to have some hot sauce with it too. But this rice is so good. 10 out of 10. I'm going to be incorporating it in more meals. And this was super easy.
Most important thing, add a tomato. Put in. This is the easiest rice cooker dish you can make. 1 tomato lazy rice. I'm making 3 cups today. Wash the rice 3 times. Next, add sesame oil and soy sauce. Then add your favorite vegetables. Today I have edamame, carrots, mushrooms, and sausage and corn. Then put down your favorite rice cooker song. Here, mix the rice with all the vegetable and tomato. You can add some oyster sauce or a little salt. Like and follow for more Chinese food.
This is how I make chicken parm when I'm feeling a little lazy and I don't want to do a bunch of dishes afterwards. Now, our story all starts with some chicken cutlets or just thinly pounded chicken breast that we're going to coat in olive oil and season up before sauteing in a pan with some butter. You want just this kind of light golden color. They don't have to be fully cooked through yet. Don't worry about that. Get those guys out of the pan and remove any excess oil if you want before adding in your sauce. Just using a jar here. Like I said, this is lazy stuff. And this is a very saucy chicken parm, so if you want to serve with some pasta, that would be quite nice. Now, just nestle that chicken back in there, top with some mozzarella, parmesan, and we're going to make a little crunchy breadcrumb coating to just put right on top. We're popping these under the broiler to get that crispiness, and the full recipe's on my Instagram. If you have any doubts about this method, I'm just going to let the crunch speak for itself, okay?
I eat avocado toast daily, sometimes 3 times a day. It's just so easy and simple to put together. All you do is toast some bread and mash an avocado on top of it and call it a day. I despise cooking because I'm incredibly lazy, so this meal just comes in handy. However, because I eat this way more than the average lad, the thought of avocado toast right now is slowly wanting to make me throw up. But because it is so simple and easy to put together, I can't afford to hate this meal. So while I was messing around in my kitchen, I just decided to throw some cream cheese on the other side of my toast and I sandwiched it. I took a bite and it was the best thing I had ever had. Now that statement is definitely a bit overdramatic, but I'm just trying to get my point across. The cream cheese and the avocado pair together really well. You're getting a good mix of your healthy fats and whole grains and such, I think. And it took me approximately 4 minutes to make. Also, if you were to add turkey bacon and roasted red tomatoes as well, it is phenomenal. However, laying in bed for an extra 5 minutes sounded better than cooking the turkey bacon today. But anyways, because I eat this every day, I figured I would share.
Mom wife called it once it's been back. All right, I got another cheap and easy recipe for you all. We call this lazy lasagna. Get some Hunt's pasta sauce, put it in a pan. Take some Alfredo sauce, put that in there. Take you a little bit of sour cream, put that in there. Garlic powder, onion powder, and as always, some Tony's. About like that. Plenty of Tony's. Tony's got plenty of salt. It's got pepper in there too. It'll be just fine. Some ricotta cheese. More ricotta, about like that. Mix it up. Till it's about like that. Air fried meatball. Mix those in there about like that. Your choice of pasta. Mix that in there. Now we're gonna go from our pan to our 9x13. Like so. Mozzarella cheese. About like that. I usually add Parmesan cheese, but my toddler was screaming. I was flustered. Bake on 375 until the cheese is melted.
Lazy dinner, let's get it. So I grabbed these little chicken parmesanos from Aldi and I threw these mugs into the air fryer. We gonna put that sauce on that slice of sourdough bread, and then you're gonna add a lot of cheese. Let that mug melt, and then I sliced up the chicken that came out so juicy. Drench it in more sauce and cheese. We don't care about the calories. Just let it melt. Add some grass on the side. Then boom, it came out so delicioso, baby.
I'm so hungry right now, so I'm gonna show you how to make one of my favorite like quick meals. This is Korean spicy tuna. So it looks like this is really good. And I'm just heating up some rice right now. Okay, so I have my rice. I'm going to add all of this in here. And then I'm gonna add some Kewpie mayo. Then some sesame oil and some of this rice seasoning. Oh, no, that's okay. And then I have some pickled ginger. I'm just gonna add some of the juice in here. And I'll add a little ginger too. And then you just mix together. And then that's it. Doesn't look pretty, but it's really good. Sometimes I eat it with gim, but I think I'm gonna skip the gim this time.
Okay, let me show you guys one of my favorite lazy 10-minute meals that I make for dinner all the time. I love a good breakfast for dinner moment. After I've had a really long day, I definitely need something that's a hot meal and also very hearty. So this is what I like to make. So basically I fry up a hash brown on one pan, and then in the other pan I pop in my just egg. I add a little bit of salt to this, some pepper, and some red chili flakes to season it with. And then I scramble these bad boys up, and then I cook my tortilla with some hot sauce and Earth Balance butter. So this is totally vegan, by the way, and this is vegan cheese as well. And I put the hot hash brown on top to sort of melt the cheese, and then I add some store-bought salsa on top, and that's basically it, you guys. It genuinely took me 10 minutes to make this and about like 2 minutes to eat it. So let me know what you want to see next.
This might be weird, but my brother's been making this snack for years, and it's actually really good. So you just get a bagel, do not toast it, put some pickles on it, and then put some Munster cheese over it and microwave it for 40 seconds. I don't know why, but these are so good. You could also add lunch meat if you wanted.
So let me get this straight. You love salad but haven't had YY chutput? It's okay, this is a safe space. You're gonna start with chopping up some onions, 5 to 6 green chilies, and half a cucumber. Then throw in the star of the dish, a packet of instant YY noodles. Top it with some salt, a tablespoon of red chili powder, some oil, and then throw in all of your ingredients. Also add in chopped cilantro and then some lemon. Finally, add some chili garlic sauce and sriracha to taste depending on how spicy you like it. Also, make sure you have a cold drink on hand because this is gonna burn your ass.
I'm almost 30 pounds down doing lazy, dirty keto, and these beefy enchiladas hit the spot. So I just started by grounding up some ground beef, and then I use salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and some cayenne. If you have chili powder, use that too. Then I used a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies, added that into my drained beef. Then to assemble, I just put some in a tortilla and made 8 tortillas. Then you're gonna take 2 tablespoons and add it into red enchilada sauce, and then you're gonna pour all that over top the enchiladas. Then you're gonna top it with some Mexican style cheese, and you're gonna bake it in the oven at 375 for 20 minutes, and it comes out absolutely flippin' fantastic.
Welcome back to episode 4 of lazy recipes for lazy people, but it still tastes really good, and it's really inexpensive to make, and it's super healthy. So it's just like win, win, win. When I tell you this is the easiest one I've done, it's the easiest one I've done.
Okay, so you're gonna put your quinoa and your water into a saucepan. You're gonna turn it up high and wait for it to boil. While you're waiting for it to boil, you're gonna cut up anything you like to put in taco bowls or in your tacos. These are the things that I recommend, but you can really put whatever you want. So once it starts to boil, you're going to cover it, turn it down to simmer, and put it on for 15 minutes. In that time, you can just continue whatever else you have to cut. I really went hard. You don't have to put this many things, but it's really good. So once the timer goes off, you're gonna put in the taco seasoning, mix it up, then you're gonna use that as a base, and you're gonna add your toppings. Enjoy!
While I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot.
Nothing beats the taste of homemade refried beans, but we don't always have the time to prepare them from scratch. So today I'm going to show you how you can prepare your favorite can of refried beans and make them taste just like if they were homemade with just a few simple ingredients. We're going to need 5 ounces of chorizo, 1/4 of an onion, 2 garlic cloves, and 2 jalapenos. The jalapenos are optional. You can leave those out if you don't want yours spicy. And 1 31-ounce can of your favorite refried beans. Heat up your pan over medium-high heat and melt 2 tablespoons of lard. You can also substitute the lard with bacon grease. Add the chorizo, break it down with a spoon, and cook for about 5 to 7 minutes over medium-high heat. You can also use a cooking oil of your choice, but if you're making refried beans, I highly recommend you use the bacon grease or the manteca because that's what's going to give your beans a lot of flavor. After 5 to 7 minutes, add the minced onion, garlic, and the jalapenos. Mix it in with the chorizo and saute for an additional 2 to 3 minutes or until the onion and the garlic are nice and fragrant. At this point, add the can of refried beans. You can also substitute the canned refried beans for regular homemade beans. This is just another option for those of you that don't have the time to prepare beans from scratch. And I know it's happened to me several times that you leave the house, you think you turn on the slow cooker, but it's not plugged in. Or if you accidentally burn the frijoles, you can prepare a can of refried beans and your family is gonna think they're homemade. Once all the ingredients are mixed in with the beans, you can enjoy them just like this, but we're gonna add 1.5 cups of water. This final step is what's going to give you that delicious homemade taste. You can also substitute the water with chicken broth to add more flavor. Mix in the water with the rest of the ingredients, turn down the burner to low heat and simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes on very low heat. At this point, you can also taste it to see if it needs salt. Instead of salt, I added 1 tablespoon of tomato bouillon to add more flavor to the beans. Now we're going to give it one final stir and we're going to simmer until it reaches the consistency that you prefer. During the cooking process, make sure to check on it often and move it around often. The longer you simmer the beans, the thicker the consistency. Keep in mind that once your beans cool down, they will thicken up more. We're going to use the beans to prepare chimichangas, so we're going to wait for them to cool down before we begin to prepare them. To a preheated flour tortilla, add a spoonful of the beans. Add a few pieces of your favorite melting cheese. I'm using Monterey Jack. In order to keep the cheese in the middle of the chimichanga, I'm going to add a small spoonful of the beans over the cheese. Fold your chimichanga and place it on a separate plate. Spray the chimichangas with cooking spray or using a small basting brush. Brush each one with your favorite cooking oil. You can bake these in the oven at 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes or until they're nice and crispy. We're going to prepare them in the air fryer and we're going to set the timer for 12 minutes at 400 degrees. And now for the end result. These turned out amazing, and enjoy.